Age of War is a certified Flash classic released in 2007 by some guy named Lucy? Fuck it. If you were a kid with a home computer back in the 2000s, there's an 99% chance you've played this game. And if you haven't, I'm going to assume that you're not a real person. It's a game that practically pioneered the war strategy Flash game genre, and since it's one of the games that pioneered it, it's really not that complicated of a game. Like, at all. There is no reason to read Sun Tzu's The Art of War to succeed. Maybe for the impossible mode though, cause that shit is actually impossible. But the actual game is very simple. Now, its continuations may be a bit more sophisticated.
What?
But I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the classic. I mean, this is history right here. Age of War is a game about, well, the ages of war. How it went from bonking each other on the head for food to, dropping actual atomic bombs on each other, causing nothing but suffering and agony upon the otherwise innocent civilians of the land. You know, very natural progression, very natural. How the game works is that you have two sides, your side and the enemies. Both of your bases have health bars, and like any other game like this, the goal is to demolish your enemy's health bar. How do we do that? Well, first, we gotta spawn some troops. We start off with some gold to help us train some Neanderthals. We got one with a club, one with a slingshot, and one riding a dinosaur? Aren't they supposed to be extinct? You know what? Never mind. Not only that, but we have some other options to help us defend our base. Somehow, after discovering fire, they've managed to develop turrets with hostile detecting sensors to defend their caves from hostiles and the ability to erupt a volcano at will. Now, turrets can eventually get pretty expensive, but they're necessary for winning. Like, you cannot win without them, I'm being dead ass. You probably couldn't win without your special abilities either, which costs no money to cast, you just have a cooldown for when you can activate it. Thank God. For every caveman you put in a permanent coma, you gain gold and experience. And with every troop you lose, you also gain some XP. At a certain point, once you have enough XP, you can move on to the next age. There's 5 of them: cavemen, knights, pilgrims, which are objectively, not subjectively, objectively, the worst ones. Modern age military, and then some Warhammer shit. As far as how troops interact with the enemy, they just walk up to one another and just start going at it. Unfortunately, the AI has no concept of what the Z-axis is, so they kind of just line up behind each other and just wait to get either clubbed, sliced, or shot. I'm assuming this is by design because the only troops who have the range to hit behind somebody are ranged units. I think they can hit behind 2 troops. I think the range increases eventually, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to keep up at this point. In these harder difficulties, these niggas are just merciless. I swear to God, they do not give you any breathing room. I don't even know where to get all their cash from. I'm barely surviving out here. My usual strategy for winning, at least on normal difficulty, is pretty simple. I try to get a turn or 2, or as many as I can, and just spam. I just start spamming. And it's probably not the smartest thing to do, but hey, that's how I used to play it back in the day, and I did just fine. Age of War is exactly how I remembered it being, especially with how hard the higher difficulties are. I give Age of War 8 nuclear bombs out of 10. Look forward to reviewing more games for you guys, so stay tuned. Thank you, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. I just barely got this one done too. This is gonna be a challenge.